Yo, 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 OH10 Turk Tech, your boy Chuck in the building. Yeah. So, right out the gate, right off the jump, I have to say that I had to apologize for that whack-ass video that I put up first thing this morning. That video came from a place of... The video came from my mind, which is why I couldn't get a hold of my thoughts. I had made the video before I had a chance to quiet my mind. And like I said, I'm just like y'all. I woke up, I had a bunch of thoughts racing through my head, and I didn't quiet them before making a video. And I said I would elaborate. We call, well, what Jesus is, well, he told you what he was. I am the way, the light, and the truth. The light and the truth. If you are down here and this is the light and the truth, and you are waiting for salvation, as many of us, as I once was, the light, the way, the light, and the truth isn't gonna come down here. It ain't gonna visit. It ain't gonna visit. And this is why Jesus said, "Come to me." And that is what I meant this morning. That's kind of what I had on my mind this morning. A lot of us sit around, myself included, and wait for things to happen. I don't understand why we do this. You know, that's my my plan. Is to accept it and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit and dwell on shit. I'm gonna get this started. I have been enjoying this Helix. Little Helix taster. And I've been getting some big ass hits out of it. Oh. Yeah, we gotta stop waiting around for something to happen, man. That is not it's not gonna get us nowhere. Radical change is sparked by radical change. So if I'm doing the same thing every day, the same thing gonna happen. Same thing gonna come to me. So if I'm thinking about the same things, where I'm at now, I'm trying to be free of my mind and my thoughts. And I admire people who can do that, you know, who are not tied to their egos. You know, there's a difference between, I love art, any type of art, sculpture, you know, any of the visual arts. There's a difference between an artist, a good artist, who is, I guess where I'm from, we would say he's feeling himself. And an artist who paints something, who goes and paints something amazing, and then just goes and eats a fucking sandwich or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he just did, he could have did it in his sleep. He could have did it, you know. It didn't mean shit to him. You know what I'm saying? It was, he almost like his brain threw up on the canvas. And then he just walked away. Something about that type of art always has struck me as like the cream of the crop. I mean, that's like the best of the best for me when you get something like that. Basquiat was like that. Jean-Michel was like that. Or at least what I've been shown of him was like that. Threw it all on the canvas and then stepped back and said, that's my picture. You know what I'm saying? And it all came from a place of no mind. Let's light this up again. Do any of, I wonder if any of y'all, this is like, I don't take this out the house. It's real close to, I mean, it ain't even close. It's a motherfucking crack stem. All it's missing is the chore board. It don't bother me because I know what it's for. I gotta put these right over here. Cotton swabs belong there. I tried to move them. My mind said, no, thank you. And that bitch is cracked. Son of a bitch. No worse than some cracked glass. Luckily, that piece is only like $15. I'll just go get another one. Yeah, you have to go to the way, the light, and the truth. Sitting around waiting for salvation, man, is I can't believe that I actually did that. And it doesn't make no sense. Like all this, it's all just thoughts in our heads. That's all, it's all just thoughts. And most of the thoughts aren't even our own thoughts. They the thoughts placed there from our parents and their parents before them. You know, which thoughts are your thoughts? Which thoughts are my thoughts? You know, that's the question that I have for myself. Which thought do I have is mine? That's why for a long time I couldn't, I don't have, right now to this day, I don't have a Facebook, I don't have an Instagram, I don't have none of that shit. Because I used to seek out the news. And the news is bad news. So me being an antenna, just a receptor, that's all I am. That's all you are. That's all we are, is receptors. I was showing myself some bullshit. So in my life, my mind was creating bullshit. Because my mind was, you know, I was feeding my mind bullshit. And my mind was, I was identified with my mind, so my mind is me. So every time my mind had a mental breakdown, I had to have a fucking mental breakdown. Freedom is a mental thing, and it really don't have nothing to do with this, because you could lock this. You can lock this away, but this will be free to roam wherever it wants to go. Or be free. You don't have to roam. You could just be, you know. Being. We can just be. We ain't gotta be so fucking human all the time. You know, it's fun sometimes. But not, we don't have to be human so much all the time. Find me a song to take us up out of here. It's funny, Sade. The song Lovers Rock. I used to feed to my mind. And if you know that song by Sade, it's nothing but a pain body, you know, written out in a poem. No longer affects me. Don't really listen to her anymore. I need, I like the kids hip hop because it's mindless. Their voice goes with the beat. I don't have to think about it. I can just let it be. Music like that, I can just let it be. When I put Biggie on or I put Pac on, I can't let it be. I have to become that. So I don't really feed that to myself anymore. But you know that the young generation, their music isn't the best music ever, but whose music was? Whose music?
When trying to drive more business through your e-commerce website.
You know, a lot of times I think because these kids, they go in the booth and just
what you cooking up?
From a place of no mind. I don't know if it's from these drugs that they take and they come from a place of no mind. And a lot of the lyrics, the lyricism is ridiculous. I mean, they're not talking about anything but the use of the English language. And I'm gonna take not so much him.
Get your ass in the van, man.
But I am a Sauce Walker fan.
Now you taking this shit to the head. You not a gangster. You a cop, man. Oh shit. Yo, best right. You taking this shit to the head, man. Now what? Come on, man. It's from them. Pretty. I'm gonna take this one. That's who he is. Mexican with shit, nigga. Man, I ain't gonna kill my.
Damn, that's a lot of interludes.
Get your ass in there so we can lock some motherfuckers up.
A whole lot of motherfucking interludes in this song. But Sauce kills this.
I got the Maybach, my bro in the mouth. You play with the sauce and you missing about it. All of my scooters, they scooting about me. They splashing and squirting and shooting about me. I done Jurassic, we chewed up about it. Boy, you wouldn't know what to do with about it. Boy, you ain't GKBU with about it. Boy, you only strapped in the stupor about it. All of my diamonds is big and they bright and they work out real hard like they doing Pilates. Boy, can't believe that a nigga so stupid to play over here make the news on a Friday. Where I be tripping and pimping these bitches like you gotta use me when he redo Friday. Bitch, I'm about on these niggas like Kobe. I never switch team with that hooper inside me. Yeah, I'ma switch out his face with that tray. You be standing my way as they shooting inside me. Yeah, I hear stories and rumors about me.
I don't know if he freestyled this or wrote it.
I'm explaining the rumors about me. Trying to learn something that's new for a hobby. Oh, you got one, I got few in the lobby. It's really that I got two in the lobby. Everything down to my shoe, they gon' copy. Stay on my business, you moving too sloppy. I'm not at work, but a tool in my pocket. Look at your face, what you do with a rocket? You ain't gon' light up the fire and rocket. Oh, you a plug, we taking your socket. Ran on the mud, we gon' relock it. Drink in my city, we always restock it. Bitch, I'm a boss, I ain't doing no blocking. I want them Benjamins all in your wallet. Shit. Put out the Maybach, cause I'm like a pilot.
Yeah. So I mean the lyricism, I mean the use of the English language is there, the wordplay is there. You know, so I guess some people say, well, I can't understand it or whatever. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. You know, if you wanted to understand something, you could, you would. You know what I'm saying? We choose not to understand something. You know, as a baby, my daughter has no problem with French, Spanish. You know, we show her videos in French, Spanish, and she come walking around talking French and Spanish. She ain't got no problem with that shit. I sit down and watch it. I need some subtitles and shit. She ain't asked for no subtitles. She ain't read no subtitles, but she understands what's going on. It's vibration. She's an antenna. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we have to be careful of the signals that we put out around these younger antennae. And when I say that, I don't mean people say, oh, you smoking weed and listening to all that hip hop. Yeah, that's because you haven't listened to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge Scientology because I ain't never been involved or know nobody that's involved in Scientology. So how the fuck do I pass judgment on Scientology? You know what I'm saying? How you pass judgment on Swanton Bomb? And you ain't never even had a Swanton Bomb. I'm gonna go get me another one of these soon as the head shop open. Like I said, it's nothing that I like all the time, but it's convenient. I had this bitch down in Florida burning a hole through some dabs. Yeah, and these kids, they just having fun, man, and I can appreciate that. That's some hood editing. Coffee running through. Yeah. So hopefully you could take this video and the last video, which were both done Sunday morning. One as soon as I woke up. The other after my mind had a chance to silence itself. And you can see the difference. Ooh, let's do one more.
Well, honey, we've done it. This is Motley Fool. We've gotten 25. You as well? Then keep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this motherfucker here hit like a champ. You know, I'm always interested in different shit.
I ain't even been asleep in 3 days, but I'm up still trying.
To get geek with. I mean, if somebody has a better version of one of these that I should know about, please put it in the comments. I will check it out and review it and let you know what I think of it. Maybe it makes its way, you know, to the shelf of fame. Everything else gets given away. Like, if I'm not gonna use it, it's not gonna be here. Yeah, this everything serves a purpose, man. Speaking of which, I think we're gonna do a I'm gonna do a revamp of what's going on right here. Been thinking about starting to do some reaction videos just to some of my favorite songs, and even some older songs. You know what I'm saying? Like I still be reacting to like some 80s hip hop and shit. It's crazy, man. Most of these kids wasn't even thought of when this whole thing started. But now they running with the torch. It started with positivity and then went to some gang shit. Then the gangsters wanted to be positive. Now we just fucking killing each other. In the music. Hey man, I hope y'all have a good Sunday. Turp Tech, peace.